Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Luna, as we have been seeing some news coming out, and also Luna is starting to pump back to some nice levels. We're going to be addressing that, we're going to be talking about it, and of course we will talk about a few other things around Luna as well. So with that in mind, sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to hit that like button. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. So obviously the market is green today, with a lot of altcoins kind of jumping out and doing some nice significant moves. I mean, on the 24-hour spend, you guys can see UST is actually the #1 gainer right now, up about 35%. But a few other altcoins are also up pretty nice today. On the 7-day span, altcoins have been, breaking out because, of course, the market is kind of recovering a little bit. I will say this, there's a huge warning that I have for everyone, and that is, do not buy the weekend FOMO or anything like that. Wait until Monday to see how things are actually looking. But right now, I would not be FOMOing into Luna. I would not be buying Luna. I've said this, and I've addressed my concerns around it. Of course, you guys could do whatever you want. In terms of Luna, I still think that there's not much substance here. In terms of the circulating supply, we are still sitting at about like 6.5 trillion. And right now, though, I will say this, we have been breaking out, and the reasons behind this are the recovery plans as well as a few other things. A few factors that play into this is more so community involved, which we are going to be addressing and talking about. But this has been doing some nice moves lately. It did like over a 2x move in like the last 24-hour span, so it's pretty significant. But as we do see over here, a few people have been talking about, where Luna can possibly go back to, and we do see here, Luna can hit 1 cent if it 50x's from here. Present market cap is, $1.2 billion. To hit 1 cent, it needs 60 billion market cap, which will be close to pre-crash market cap. Now, listen. I'm not going to sit here and say that we can go back to 1 cent. Here you guys have the 1 cent factors. It would be $65.4 billion market cap, an upside of 51x. Is that an opportunity that I'm willing to take and jump in? Not realistically, no. I'm not going to be putting more money into Luna or anything like that. I told you guys I bought $250 worth. I took profit and I sold. It was like right around this time back here when we'd seen this nice spike. I threw some money in and I seen that money, basically turn into 3x the amount. So I basically sold out, and that was basically it. It was a quick trade. But now we are seeing this up over 120% from those all-time lows that we hit back just yesterday alone. So this is actually pretty significant, and there was a lot of buy volume that actually came in with this as well. So I was actually interested to see that. And on the 4-hour span, you guys can see, the volume wasn't too crazy in terms of the 4-hour, but you could definitely see where we currently are trading at right now. On the 2-hour chart, you could also see, there was a lot of buy volume originally here, and now it's kind of diminishing. So this is probably getting a little bit exhausted, and we will most likely come down. But it was pretty exciting, and a lot of people were talking about this. We did see Watcher Guru, post saying breaking Luna is up 100% in the past 24 hours. This was 2 hours after they posted this as well. Just in, Luna is up 54% in the past 24 hours and has reclaimed $1 billion in market cap. So it did move pretty quick. I mean, in 2 hours, it jumped over another 46%. So that is, a significant move. Now, of course, this, sparked a few articles being posted, which is this one, why is Luna pumping? Well, we do see down here, why did Luna go up 100+% in 24 hours? Luna began pumping in the past 24 hours of trading, spiking plus 100% over the weekend. The primary reason for the hike has been attributed to the difficulties traders face in shorting it, as most of the major exchanges have halted margin trading and are yet to bring it back. The bringing back part is still out of the box, as Luna displayed the highest volatility, taking away the trust of investors in major exchanges. Last weekend, Luna exhibited a similar show by pumping a 3,000% only to drop and dip to red. Investors have been pumping Luna in the hopes of making some quick bucks. The plus 100% pump follows everyone's assumption that there is no resurrection for Luna. Now, honestly, as we do kind of see a lot of things happening around this, this was the big article or the big talks that everyone has been kind of jumping into. Now, this is in regards to this tweet here. It started, or sorry, not this one. It was this one here. This started on May 20th. It was from Greg Asuri, where he was basically talking about how he was disappointed in how, basically Do Kwon and the stablecoin team or not the stablecoin team, the Luna team have handled the entire situation in regards to not only the stablecoin UST, but also Luna itself. And of course, there was a major talk about the entire breakdown here. And, we did see Do Kwon kind of, I would say clearing up some news, but you don't know what you could really kind of trust here. I really kind of question the trustworthy factors behind a lot of the talks within the Luna situation myself. But again, this did spark a lot of community engagement. And we did see one person say, "Give us the burn Luna address, and we will burn it for you." And then we seen Do Kwon basically released this address, which was the burn address. And this resulted in a lot of community members actually burning their tokens. We did see here, while I don't hold much Luna, I did my part. 100,000 Luna burned. And we've seen this actually continue to spread. We've seen a lot more individuals burning. I just burned 10% of my total holdings. Did you burn some Luna yet? And we also did see a few other tweets like this. Let's keep burning. Let's make history. Because again, this was in regards to what Do Kwon was basically mentioning here. Now, again, is this going to fully, resurrect the Luna as a token and it's going to pump back to, all-time highs and stuff like that? No. Could it gain some momentum in the short term? Yeah, sure, it could. But again, I'm not going to be one to say, hey, jump into Luna because I think it is a great opportunity to make a ton of money. I mean, realistically speaking, these short-term volatility swings on Luna are great for making some money because, again, this is like 2x in your money. So that's great, but I wouldn't be putting a significant amount in. That's the question here, right? Is how much money could you actually put in and risk losing it all and feel fine losing it? I just hate the idea of I would say treating this situation as almost like a casino, if you will, where we're just kind of throwing our money in, gambling it, and seeing how much money we can make off of something like this. But again, hey, everybody will do their own thing. I just think that we have a long way to go before we even, get to the point of recovery on Luna. I mean, we are still sitting at, 6.5 trillion tokens. So to think about how much we would actually have to burn, it is pretty significant. But we did see a lot more updates around this. We actually did see today MEXC, basically having this recovery plan. It says, should we buy back Luna and proceed with Luna burn in order to decrease Luna circulation on the market? It's your call. And it seems like a lot of people are really kind of focused on this, and a lot of people have been speculating, yeah, but they're still continuing to print more. But honestly, it actually has been going down. They haven't been printing more, but a lot of people have been addressing this, and a lot of people have been really kind of supporting this as well. I mean, to me, again, is this going to, amount into a significant burn rate? Nothing that could really, change drastically the overall Luna supply that is out there right now. But I do believe that if we have a massive community come together that has been, accumulating tokens over the past couple of days because, again, the price has been extremely cheap, then yeah, I could definitely see us burning a large, amount. Now, Do Kwon himself has said that, he can't, they can't really burn a lot, like as you guys do see here. So first off, all but 313 Bitcoin was used to defend the UST peg. We don't control the trade logs of trading partners, granular trade execution. This is not how arrangements typically operate, but the amount of UST LFG purchased maps to the amount of Bitcoin expended. We do here no VCs were allowed to cash out anything. No backroom deals of any kind exist. We are trying to see if we can name counterparties in the trades, but confidentiality will need to be waived for us to be able to do this. My priority is not, about what happens to me, but making sure the Terra community has a place to build and usually their work does not go to waste. I don't care what happens to me as long as that happens. Now, again, a lot of people have been kind of, concerned about situations around like taxes and things like that, which, I mean, it seems like he's for the people here, but it kind of seems like a, last minute thing to kind of just throw out there and say, all right, well, let's try to play, the part of the good guy. But I don't know. To me, it is a little bit weird, but we have been seeing a lot of regards to the burning rate, and that's what made him kind of release that burn address, give us that burn address so that we could burn it for you. And, a lot of people, again, went crazy over this, which in my opinion, definitely turned to the idea of like, all right, well, let's pump the token essentially by a lot of people buying it and then selling it. So in terms of, volatility, I think that Luna is probably one of the most volatile assets right now in this market. While we are still seeing, major updates around this situation itself, like, Do Kwon is basically saying that there was no backroom deals, there was nothing going on behind the scenes, but we did see this 2 days ago. Court documents revealed Do Kwon dissolved Terraform Labs to Korea days before Luna crash, which tells me that, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speculate too much, and I don't want to like just throw, things out there, but if I had to speculate, I would say that Do Kwon most likely knew exactly what was happening. We did see a lot of, VCs actually kind of jumping ship right before the crash actually happened. We've seen that, one VC, I think it was Terra, they were basically able to get out at right around the perfect time, which is kind of weird to me. But also, in terms of the situation, we've seen Do Kwon basically say that this was coincidental in terms of the crash and him dissolving, the company in those areas. So I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, to me, I think that there's a little bit of speculation, things happening behind the scenes that would most likely result into the idea of that, one, there was probably a lot of backroom deals, and two, there was probably a lot of, I would say knowledge of the situation that was about to happen. So to me, I think that there is a little bit of some stretching of the truth here. I think that in terms of a recovery plan, I don't expect Luna to fully recover. I don't expect it to go back to 1 cent. I think that a $65.4 billion market cap for something like Luna right now is astronomically overvalued. But, I think that in terms of the community around Luna, they are very positive, and we have been seeing a lot of updates around this situation in terms of the community burning, Luna tokens. But we are still a very far ways ago. So, are we going to see 6 trillion tokens burned? I mean, that's the possibility, but how long will it actually take, So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.